Hello guys, Darragh Sheehy here, and today I wanted to create a video about what actually happens after you consciously decide to explore yourself, to go into that level of self-help, personal development, and to find out who you are and then to express it into the world. So again, I'm going to anchor my own story as always, and at some point in my life I made a real conscious choice that I wanted to be more me. I wanted to find out, okay, who am I? What does that even mean? And how can I be more free in my life in terms of my expression, in terms of in my relationships, and just doing more of what I wanted and having more of what I wanted in my life. So really creating my life as I wanted it. And after that choice, a lot of things came into my awareness in terms of resources, books, people who kind of were on a similar area or part of their journey, and also just inspiration around how to do that or what feels best for me. So intuitively I just kind of feel drawn to someone or something and it would feel good. And really at the heart of all this is it's change. It means that our old way of living isn't or wasn't really working or isn't going to be working from now on. So we choose a new way, we choose a different way, and that's what I mean by the conscious choice. Now, what happens is inevitably you will come across the resources or the people and you will consume that and it will sound right for you. And then is the harder part, the more work involved is actually putting it into practice, and especially around people in their lives. And this video is kind of concentrated on that. It's how when we start to speak our truths and to even find what that is, how it changes our relationships in our lives. And for me, I'd love to put my hand on my heart and say that everyone will support you and that it's all rosy and people say, oh, you're brilliant and you're an inspiration and all the rest. It doesn't work out like that. I've experienced the range of responses to the life that I was living, the life that I chose to live in terms of people around me, and like everything from being called weird or strange to people distancing from me or slagging behind the back or whatever it is. I've experienced a lot of it and I won't go into that because that's not what the video is about, but it exists and I'll explain why. Our friends or our relationships in our lives, generally what happens is we meet a person and we resonate on some level, we're attracted, we've some common values and we form a relationship around that, a friendship. Now inevitably people change, everything is in this flux. So a person 10 years ago, we can have the same relationship if we share the same values, but also we can meet a person who we were great friends with 10 years ago and we're completely different people. We're on completely different paths. We don't have that common ground. We could anchor it in the past and start talking about the past, but after that's done, we don't really meet. That's fine, there's nothing wrong with that, and that's the thing about life. People come and go out of our lives. The point I'll make about this is the people who are actively in our lives. If someone consciously chooses to grow, to change, then it's almost like this happens because we're talking about personal growth and self-development. So we change our frequency, or we just change who we are, to put it a different way. Now what can happen in that situation is this person can get very uncomfortable because we're changing our relationship. And again, this isn't out of badness or anything wrong. It's all part of the learning. So what can happen when we're vibrating in that frequency or we're being true to ourselves here is this person has a choice. They can either stay the same, walk away from us. They can choose to do their own work because they see that this person is more themselves and it's like an inspiration. Or they can actually actively try and drag this person back down to base level. Now, that they can't actually do that. unless we consent to it, unless we decide or choose to come back down because they make it uncomfortable for us in terms of what they're saying, how they're acting around us. So again, this is why we always have the power. And when I say we can, and we have probably done this position before. Point of it is that the currency about what's actually feeding us, what's providing for us in terms of this mission or this journey of self-growth, it switches internally. So we stop day trading so much in the commodity of other people liking us, in other people's opinions, and how well they understand us or don't. And we come into this place where we've this flame lit when we made that conscious choice to be ourselves, be more ourselves, and even understand what that means. And although the flame can get weaker as we're not really congruent with that, it never goes out. And on the flip side of that, when we're fanning that flame, when we're actually providing or tending to that flame, it grows, and it's this momentum that builds in our life that it doesn't allow any doubt or the same level of doubt to pull us down. Now, what I'd say to anyone who's really at that point where they're making a conscious choice to open up or to be more themselves is to, first off, nothing will happen unless you really make that choice. And it's a feeling more than anything. It's not just a logical thing of, oh, I'm going to do it. It's really deep down this drive, this passion. And after that, it's to start to come back to yourself and remind yourself why this is important for you. Why is it so important that you do this? And that's how you'll know if you're really on the right track. And it'll be a feeling inside it that just kind of lights you up or kind of gives you this feeling of expansiveness. And the ways that you can do it in terms of being yourself, there's unlimited ways. I'm not going to talk about that. But to know that at the times where people are acting different around you, it's because your relationship is fundamentally changing. And although it's hard, and it really is, it's more important than ever to come back and focus on your own currency and remind yourself of the importance of you being you, and trusting that that will bring about the resources, the people who will support that journey. And that, yes, you'll have to let go of people and let them do their thing and go separate ways, and that might be forever, but there has to be almost this surrender, this letting go, in order to bring in the new. And at times when it's hard, you'll probably go back into, as I do, into day trading and how people are perceiving me and what people are thinking of me. But after that noise, after the dust is settled on that, I'll come back into that place of real strength in myself, real confidence in myself, because of the decisions that I made and honouring the choices that I made to step out, to walk the unbeaten path. And I'd say for anyone that it's such a rewarding journey, and it's great that I can talk about that, but everyone will find that out for themselves in their own way. And we're all walking similar paths, we're all going in the same direction, we're just on different points in terms of that journey. And that's what I said about the people. We'll just match and meet people depending on where we're at in a given moment. And when we start to trust that guidance, that intuition around it, then it starts to be a more enjoyable journey. But I suppose the main part of this video is expect change, but remember that the currency in here, that internal currency, is much more powerful and carries far more value than any external currency could. And wherever you are in your journey, whatever you're doing, keep doing your thing. And yeah, there's no right way to do it, and you'll do it in your own time, in your own way. And it's, as I said, it's a brilliant opportunity to understand yourself. And I feel more and more people are actually coming to this realization, coming to this place where they're making a choice to do that. And as more and more people do it, we'll have more and more people around us who will support us in doing that. So as always, from my heart to yours, I hope this reaches you well. Again, my name is Darragh Sheehy, and my work is based on cree.com. It's croi8.com if you want to find out more about my work and my offerings. So as always, take care, and we will chat soon.